It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. The last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. Hold on to that. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up.
Atu awa ya ea.
He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed.
Do wawu.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true.
Loma utulu ba yungu.
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad.
Tolu keta ya wawanawe.
The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
E baso dombubu bukoye.
There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end.
Momombusu?
He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have.
Ugambun ang ugagad yebromo buf.
It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land.
Oloi bo bopaweg.
Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Moomer knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Moomer's love. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You've found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone.
Yeah.
The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nonno's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Moomer will be able to protect us. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Moomer comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow.
Miami.
He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain.
Bubuko von Vunvun.
The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Bubuko von Vunvun.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. It's a bridge. Just get over it. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded.
Ane fasu.
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Bayu Oshina Tushina Mai.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack.
Penelasi Taylor Sumas.
He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
Where are Wamjo?
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important.
Ko tuvon ko kumrun kono.
Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby.
Chintuata moti huasa.
The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor.
Iboda kelmok.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Loma toaha.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
Mauketo tul atto iamanao.
He believes the tribe's Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part.
Weta gono.
Out of date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? They've restroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. It's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's see. Let's see. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says the Sifu gets to choose who sees the Sifu, but he'll let you give it a try.
Zata is the muy totloho. Kariesne stace. Paro, ya put
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. The wall that separates them from the other side, the wasteland you came from. He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish the tribes and let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life.
Novi.
He had a feeling you'd say that. You're not sinister enough to be a Jagni. That big heart of yours makes you weak. He'll give you a chance to change your mind before you leave and asks you to reconsider. Otherwise, you'll be seen as a rival.
Serieusnie zdacy.
Then so be it. He wants you to know that they'll show no mercy at the end of this war, and offers you a last chance to come back and join when you realize you've picked the wrong side.
Nizdacne okoni.
And with that, he urges you to seek protection at Myriad's stone fort before word gets out that you've chosen not to side with them.
Nizdacne okoni.
It was built on the back of many, including us, and claimed by Myriad when the construction was abandoned after the attack on the old village. It was your Mooma's vision for a new home for us all.
Iglis moi toksadra.
It's time to say goodbye for now. And if it's not the kind of goodbye that lasts forever, then the next will mean the end for you. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. He can see you're a free spirit, so he'll let you in. The Sifu is always interested in meeting someone open to joining their cause.
Sibi? Lafanen aginkan man. Karatna fal hutut mus. Tugai la wute. Karap la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the animosity escalated to war. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon.
Hello?
Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again.
Brewere Yonke.
Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village.
Bro Platch.
He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good.
Galamatsa Mofete?
Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help.
Matawayu Wahabiu.
Shine's happy that the Myriad can count on a friend as bright as you.
Oi oi orakta.
Says goodbye to you. Claims to have strange things from the dead zone that are so rare they need to be seen to be believed. Hopes your custom is worthwhile. Would be disappointing if you walked away empty-handed. Let's strike a deal. Shopkeeper claims you won't. Hopes your custom is worthwhile. Would be disappointing if you walked away empty-handed. Flexity flex. Claims to have strange things from the dead zone that are so rare they need to be seen to be believed. Sees you're eager to make a deal, but cautions you not to be too eager if you want to make a good deal.
Sulla karaktunuk.
Asks you to check out the wares, confident you'll find everything you need here.
Litsula sakta.
Says they've got the best deals anywhere. Says you must look at the Tree of Life to see how the world fares. Says you'll see each other later. Ever ridden a goo glide? You should find goop at the Subnautica station. Says you should take it easy. Wonders if Ankar says you're welcome back. Let's see.